Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami Kher. This is a hat-trick for the three of us in the studio, 3 consecutive days. Is it going to be a hat-trick for Sri Lanka with wins, or is Afghanistan going to come and say no? We need to win and get to the Super 4. We will be talking about, of course, cricket, but we'll be talking about Murali Kartik's sense of fashion, which is on point today. Rohan?
Wait, hold on. Today?
No, but today is every day. But today is a green.
He's my style guru, icon. I'm surprised he's not yet been called for one of the GQ fashion awards and got an award.
I'm sure. Have you
got an award? GQ most stylish.
Never. For that you need to be somebody in life and also be good looking, which neither am I. Neither of that I am. So I'm fine in Cricbuzz Studios wearing my own stuff.
No, you're looking very, very dapper today.
Thank you very much.
Kartik.
Thank you.
And Rohan, have you
so you
done
can see
your
the team
workout?
I'm supporting today.
Yes, we see the team.
Yeah, I like this. For him, very dapper, very this. For me, you had nothing to say. Have you done your workout?
He's in a really bad mood because he was stuck in traffic for an hour and a half.
No, I'm fine. So, look, this is my good territory, na? This is good space.
Yeah.
This is
happy
my
space.
Happy space.
So you're happy to be stuck here till 2 in the night yesterday?
100%.
There was no problem.
No problem at all.
We should have told you, we should have had those sleeping bags.
We can do it more.
We should. We don't mind an early finish.
Yeah, we don't mind an early finish.
But did you do your workout? I've been seeing.
Yeah, everyone's been calling me a fatso, so I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight.
You've been very good with your diet, so you're seeing going to be seeing a change very soon.
Slow but steady. Hopefully in another year and a half, I'll be. I'll have my winter body ready.
You should do a few Ironmans with her.
Yeah.
No,
we'll plan together.
I don't know how to swim. That's the problem.
No, we'll give you a float. Don't worry.
Like I said, there's going to be a lot of chatter about lots of things, workouts, and we have to work out who gets to the Super 4. But Afghanistan have won the toss. They have decided to bat first. We're talking about workouts, and we've got, of course, the very intelligent Murali Kartik in the studio.
Cerebral.
So we have to get to you because it's a little complicated today. We know that the rivalry is gone. Bangladesh is clearly rooting for Sri Lanka today.
Yep.
There is, IPL used to do that scenarios.com, which we love doing.
Yeah.
We're going to quickly have a look at the scenarios.com to see who goes through. So if Sri Lanka beat Afghanistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh qualify. If Afghanistan beat Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh will be tied on 4 points. Afghanistan will qualify along with whoever finishes ahead on net run rate between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka are chasing around 160, hypothetically, they need to score at least 93 to stay ahead of Bangladesh's net run rate. Hypothetically, if Sri Lanka are defending 160, they need to ensure that Afghanistan take at least 11.3 overs to chase that target down.
Yep.
So we've gotten it all simplified, but we go to the
why 160? I've always wondered.
It's because it's like the average score.
Like 20 overs, 8 runs and over. Yeah, maybe like that. But yeah, it's very simple. As we all know that Sri Lanka won both. They would like to win one more. And Afghanistan have shot themselves in the foot a bit with the way they played the last game. And again, it's very important the way they correct the mistakes they made in the last game. A few bowling mistakes. At the start, Rahmanullah Gurbaz was good, but Sadiqullah Atal, that can happen. Anybody can be dismissed at the very first ball, but I found Ibrahim Zadran's innings very strange. It never ever got off the blocks at all. 5 of 12, 1 dropped catch. It never showed the intent because then you have a lot to do after that. Nabi was sent at number 4, so an experience of Nabi could he have been sent ahead of Gulbuddin in that game. That's what I felt initially. And in hindsight, the question you've posted a couple of times, and it made me think, why not Rashid Khan? Because he's got that experience to play those kind of blinders. And Karim Jannat, they sent him ahead again, got stuck a bit, which made things difficult for Afghanistan. And most importantly, the usage of Noor and Rashid Khan himself is going to play a telling, will be a telling thing in this game. I know Ghaznfar didn't bowl well in the last game, but he's good enough. He can always come back. So those 12 overs, very important. Can Fazalak Farooqi find some form, even if it's a couple of wickets? And I think the other day, Simon Dole made a great point. He said that in these conditions, you want your seamer to give at least 1 wicket in that power play. Makes a huge difference because after that, you don't know. they resort to cutters and stuff like that. But the new ball, if they can find that one wicket. So all these things will be in Afghanistan's head. I'm pretty sure they would have spoken about it. And for me, the most important thing is those 12 overs. How do you manage it? How do you package it? Makes a huge or will be crucial in today's game.
Rohan, Kartik summed it up really well, but Afghanistan in that last game, it was a rusty kind of a game after 6 days of a break. They want to come in today remembering that they are those T20 semi-finalists. They don't want to remember what they did in their last games. They want to come in with that thing in their mind that this is what we can do, what we did in the T20 World Cup.
And we've, over here in the studio, we've given them the big up. We've said they're the second best white ball team in Asia. So they've got to produce a performance like that. I think, a lot of times you're wondering, is a 6-day break good for you or bad for you? I've always felt it's not. I've always felt that you want to be playing matches in a tournament and you don't want to be, thinking, 6 days, lose a little bit of focus, lose a little bit of, that intensity. If you've got matches at a decent, after a 3-day break, you got a game, that's a far better schedule. So I think they were hampered by that. But the good thing is when you lose a game, you want to play a game as quickly as possible with enough rest so that you can forget about it and move on to your performance. And that's exactly what's happened. Again, I'm going to say at this outset, I think Afghanistan, for me, will start favourites against Sri Lanka today.
Well, Sri Lanka have done well the last 2 games. They have gotten the job done. But Kartik, they have been a little inconsistent because we saw that game against Hong Kong. They had to chase down 155 odd runs and they stumbled. They had a few hiccups. That game against Zimbabwe that they had, I think some 80 runs and they crumbled there. So with Sri Lanka, this is what Asalanka, the captain, said as well, is that in the shorter format, these things can't happen consistently.
Absolutely.
And we're leading up 5 months to go to the T20 World Cup. So you think that will be playing on their mind?
I don't think it'll be playing on their mind. Look, in modern day cricket and in sport per se, to play the perfect game doesn't happen very often. You do scratch yourself to victories and there are teams who do it very consistently. You're better at it. That's what you can say. The other team is also there to play. They are also going to push you. They're also going to have their own moments. It's about the team which wins those small moments, not the big moments. Just winning those small moments and consistently, which adds up to winning a big game. When you look at Sri Lanka, one of the things which we saw in the other game, or in general, we've seen these have not been high-scoring venues. It's not been a high-scoring Asia Cup. So the start has been crucial for everyone. You think of UAE, the game they won, the start was important. Any team, Pathum Nisanka, if you're there for a long period of time, makes a huge difference. Forget the fact that he was dropped many times. The fact that he was there made a huge difference. But Kusal Mendes, not been there. So you need contributions at the start because that makes a big sort of an impact going into winning the game, and that's not happened for them. They have relied on their bowling, and they want that to change today because Kusal Mendes is a go-getter. I know somebody like Kusal Pereira. I think the left-hander is very much like a Fakhar Zaman, but he has been shunted down the order to number 4. It's a cluster of left-handers over there. So it is about managing all of that. But I feel if you have a good start as an opening partnership, goes a long way in doing well in the game.
Well, sorry, I just want to say, you spoke about, we're leading into the World Cup. The way Sri Lanka are playing at the moment, unless they iron out these flaws, no one's going to put them in as favourites for the World Cup.
They don't look dominating.
They don't. No one's going to even put them in as favourites to get to the top 4. So they have some flaws that they need to sort out. They've obviously got a team full of talent, but they've got to sort out some flaws. Like you said, maybe get their batting order correct. Maybe we'll see a different batting order in different conditions. But at the moment, they've got a few flaws to iron out leading into that World Cup.
Well, Afghanistan want to iron out a few things. We'll have a look at their playing 11 for today. They have gone ahead with 2 changes today, Afghanistan. So Rasuli comes in. There is no Gulbuddin Naib. And Mujib comes in for Ghazanfar.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, but I can understand Mujibur Rahman like for Ghazanfar, sort of like for like.
A little unfair you feel because that last game wasn't very good, but he's looked really good otherwise.
Yes, he has. But again, sometimes you have the yardsticks are different for different people, maybe in this case. And they felt that maybe Mujibur Rahman deserved a go in a crunch situation. Gulbuddin is an interesting one because I think he was all right in the last game. They sent him up.
Yes.
He tried his level best, but wasn't to be. But interesting that they've made those two changes. And look, we've seen a few changes being made. We call them a bit of a panic sort of a button being pressed, but it worked.
But
it worked out for the team. So maybe that's what Rashid and company want. Rashid and Jonathan Trott. They feel that Mujibur Rahman, with all his experience, will come in good.
Like you said, they've gone ahead with experience for today's game. He is the 4th highest wicket taker for Afghanistan. But what do you think separates him out from the rest? Because they just have a problem of plenty. You know, they've got a Rashid, they've got a Noor, Ghazenfar. So it's almost like, who do we pick today? What separates him from the rest?
Well, also, you have a look at his economy. It's pretty good. We talk about him in T20 cricket, you know, being the 4th highest wicket taker. He's not that far. If he gets 3 over here today, he goes ahead of Naveenul Haq. But I think, again, he's got that ability to flummox batters consistently.
Yes.
So they've gone with that experience. And again, I just think they've realized that on these pitches, the spinners hold the key. The spinners hold the key, and they want to go into the stronger side, because for Afghanistan, the equation is simple.
Yes.
Win the game, qualify. It's a very simple equation. The Bangladesh, in a sense, if Afghanistan are the most likely to be knocked out, only because, you know, Sri Lanka also have a really good net run rate. But for Afghanistan, it's simple. They're not worried about net run rate. They're just worried about winning the game and going through.
Yes. But
Sorry, go ahead. No. So just to add to what Rohan said, you look at the likes of Ghazenfar or Mujibur Rahman, since you asked him about what makes them stand apart. Look, we are all used to conventional bowlers in most of the countries. You're taught in a conventional way, and whatever format you play, starting from school level to Ranji Trophy or to first class cricket to going on to represent your country, you end up playing conventional sort of bowlers. So these are bowlers who are very different. They've got their own school coaching manual. They have not been coached by anybody. It's just natural. And what they do is, obviously the actions are very different. They do a bit of everything. And the third bit is that they are very quick through their actions. So they're quick through the air. And on surfaces which help them ever so slightly, that pace.
Yes.
And if they're consistent, you can't read it. It's like B.S. Chandrasekhar. Everybody used to say B.S. Chandrasekhar was the toughest to read because he didn't know what he was doing, is what many of the greats say. But he was so quick through the air that pace, you don't have any time. You have to pick him.
You can't read them off the pitch.
You have to pick him in the air.
Yes.
There's no time to read them off the pitch. And if they're consistent, and the days they are consistent, they're unplayable. You think of Ghazenfar in the last game. He was a bit everywhere. So that's why they got him for runs. Rashid Khan, every time he bowls good length, we have seen he's unplayable. So that is what happens with these odd actions or actions which people aren't used to. And till the time people can't figure them out and they keep reinventing themselves, it's never easy.
That's why someone like Sunil Narayan is such a successful T20 bowler, because you've got to pick him and score runs off him. So if you're not picking him,
again, quick through the air.
Yeah, and if you're not picking him, you can't just defend.
Yes.
You've got to try and play an aggressive shot, and in doing so, you get out. While in the longer format, if you're not picking a bowler, you can sort of defend and,
sit on them.
Yeah, sit on them and come up and try and score runs against the other bowler, which you don't have that luxury in T20.
Yeah, and that's why if you notice that the mystery spinners, or they coined the term mystery spinners, these kind of bowlers are the ones who are very successful in the shortest format. But whereas in the longer format, it's the old school skills of beating people in the air and off the wicket, which comes into play, because as the word is used, you can just sit on them. You can just sit on. You don't have to give them wicket. They're not going to get you at mid or short leg and silly point. But whereas in the shortest format, you have to constantly go
aggressive.
Go at them.
You know, Rohan, as a layman, I've had the good fortune of him coaching me for 2 days, but as a layman, can you actually pick it off the hand?
You're very kind when you said good fortune.
No, he's been a great coach.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Can you pick them off the hand? Is it?
You can pick off the hand. What happens is certain bowlers have, as a batter, you realize they've got maybe they do certain things differently when they're bowling certain deliveries in their action. Sometimes with a wrist spinner, you could even pick seeing which way the seam is rotating. So there are certain tells which you get as a batter, which you pick up as a batter, and you say, okay, listen, I think this is when it's going to be a googly, or this is when it's going to be a conventional leg spinner, or this is where maybe it's a doosra. So there are not always the case, but there will be certain times when you can pick certain tells, and even off the hand, where the wrist is, the release of the ball. For a layman, sometimes you might be thinking like, how can you pick it so quickly when all of that's happening? But when you play enough balls in the nets, you're practicing so often. There are these little things which give you that little nanosecond to make a decision. Whether to, okay, I've got to be prepared for a ball that's coming in. I've got to be prepared for a ball that's going out. So yeah, you can pick off the hand.
Well, Sri Lanka have to pick all these spinners off their hand because so many talented ones in the team. We'll have a look at Sri Lanka's playing 11 for today, see if they have any changes. There is that one change.
Oh, yeah.
Had you called this?
No, he's been wanting him to play.
So Velalage is finally into the team, and he's somebody that you've been rooting for.
Yes, I've been rooting for him because I've been sort of seeing him since the Under-19 World Cup. And he had done really well for Sri Lanka in the Under-19 World Cup. And he was actually my player to watch when we did the pre-tournament. You had to pick a player to watch. He was the one I picked. I think he's an exciting talent. Not when I say exciting talent, it's not just in terms of skill set, but his temperament. He's the kind of player you feel that if your team's in a sticky situation, he's going to go out there and not just throw it, give up. He'll fight it out, whether it's with the bat or the ball. With the bat also, he's got ability. So he's someone who I think in years to come, as his career progresses and years to come, he'll be spoken about very highly in world cricket.
I think he's been there in international cricket for 4 years now. And he's absolutely right. The first time I saw him was that pandemic time when India sent a team to Sri Lanka. That was the time when England and India were also battling it out. This was under Rahul Dravid. There was something about him, as you said, he's got a bit of steel, a bit of mongrel, and as a spinner as well, he's pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty impressive to see him. It's good that he's been given a chance, and Rohan's prayers have borne fruition.
Well, I know what he did to India in the last Asia Cup because he picked up that fifer. So I remember very well what he had done to India. But even in the domestic circuit, he's somebody who's in this very esteemed trio there because he has got 350 runs and he's got over 25 wickets. So he is in esteemed company there as youngster.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, 26 wickets. Again, I generally look at a lot of economies in T20 cricket because, a lot of teams would prefer an economical bowler than a wicket-taking bowler for some reason in T20 cricket. But along with a really good economy, those runs very handy with the bat. And if you're on a list in Sri Lankan cricket with Vanindu, that means you're doing something right.
Yes. Well, there's spin everywhere. My head is spinning a little bit just seeing the amount of quality spinners that we have in the Asia Cup. We've got a question coming in from someone on Ask Cricbuzz Live. Sriraj asks us, Aksar, Kuldeep, Varun, Hasaranga, Tikshana, Velalage, Rashid Nabi, Gazanfar, Rishad, Nasum, Mahidi, Ayub, Abrar, Mukim. What a probable Super 4 lineup. Most potent spin attack. Hard for me to pick one. Cricbuzz experts, they need help.
I think without a shadow of doubt, it's the Indian trio.
Indian trio for you.
All of them very varied and all of them very skillful. And look, they're prepared well. No? You're playing IPL, you're playing for India, and IPL is the toughest competition. Just think of the kind of opposition they're bowling to, the kind of wickets they play on. And it's a tough gig. It's possibly the toughest gig. It's tougher than international cricket. So
it's not tougher than international.
It is. You look at so many international teams who are, this is international cricket, but would you say that our IPL teams won't beat them?
No, but if you look at international cricket with the top teams.
Yeah, but I just use the word international cricket.
I know, but I'm saying if you had to play an India, Australia, India, England, even India, New Zealand, all these big teams, India, West Indies.
No, but won't an IPL side with 4 overseas players give them a tough run? And with the kind of wickets they play on, I think it's a tough. Anyways, it's for a different day. But I'm just saying, I use the term international cricket because all of them are playing international cricket. Just the way. The varied attack, the skill of Kuldeep, all formats. Varun Chakravarti has come into his own, the kind of confidence he has. And Akshar Patel, people might say that he doesn't spin the ball, but he's a smart cricketer.
Yes.
So I would go, and he bowls in the power play. He bowls to left-handers, and he bowls at Ferozshah Kotla, which is like a carom board-sized ground. So I would put them ahead of anyone else on a consistent basis.
India
they're the
one for
ones.
you. Can we choose a close second?
I would like to look at the list again.
So there's Afghanistan.
Yeah,
there's Pakistan.
Afghanistan.
Sri Lanka.
Number two, Afghanistan. Number two, Afghanistan. When Rashid is on fire, can't beat him. Obviously, he leads the pack. And all the kind of wickets that he has taken. So him and his group of spinners will come close second.
I might
Anything
disagree
different?
with Catty about the international
Yes.
and IPL bit, but when it comes to spinners, he's the main man. Can't disagree with him. Absolutely spot on. India number one, and then Afghanistan number two.
All right, then you've heard it. It's India number one, Afghanistan number two. Afghanistan will want their spinners to come out and spin that web, but they are batting first. And a few concerns there when they're batting first is their economy in the power play. It's just been their run rate in the power play has just been 6.25. And that reason is the way Gurbaz has gone about things. We know how talented he is,
Yeah.
but Gurbaz really needs to get going because he's just highest run getter in the
Yeah.
T20 World Cup. Since then, average.
he's had a bit of a slump. Slumps even in the strike rate, because if you have a look at the strike rate, 107, really you've got to say not good enough at the top of the order. At the top of the order, if anything, it's got to be high 150s or so when you're going out there. And when I say top of the order, what I'm trying to say is that if you haven't scored too many runs,
Yes.
you've gotten out before the power play is ended. So then, okay, you can say, okay, listen, he's not got runs, but his strike rate's high, so that's forgiven. But that's not happened. But we know he's a quality player. We've seen what he did in that 2024 World Cup. So Afghanistan will be hoping that he finds some form. You've got to persist with him. There might have been a train of thought where he's thinking, should we drop him? He's not really going through, not really contributing as much as we would like him to. But when you've got someone like him, you've got to persist with him and you've got to give him a slightly longer rope.
But they have persisted with him, especially with that opening with that opening combination, Gurbaz and Zadran. We know how well they were doing. And then Atal comes into the scene and they give Gurbaz that go-ahead with Atal. So do you think he needs to maybe shift things around a little bit, because he's someone who's very aggressive from the word go? Do you want him to just be a little calmer, a little slower to just find his groove?
It's a tough one because there are certain players and certain batters play a certain way and it works for them. And if you ask them to suddenly temper it down or change their modus operandi, then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. It's like asking Virender Sehwag to block like Rahul Dravid is not going to happen. Or Rahul Dravid to bat like Virender Sehwag is not going to happen. I'm just giving you maybe not the correct explanation, but that's how it is. And especially in this format, you don't want him to start second-guessing himself at the top of the order. So I don't think that is the answer.
So back his game.
Yeah, back his game, and more importantly, look, at the end of the day, we all know that in sport, statistically, all of us have bad days, more bad days than more good days. And the most important thing is, as a team, they back him. He's, as you rightly said, he's a quality act at the top of the order. He's a dasher. And he needs to come good. He will come good, and I just hope that for the sake of Afghanistan, the sooner the better.
Well, they say don't judge someone on their bad days. Judge someone on their good days and what they can do on their good days.
Yeah.
If he gets going, we've spoken of the fact that the power play is crucial in this tournament. If he gets going, he'll give Afghanistan the kind of start that you want in the power play.
We were talking about that power play, and why we are speaking so much about that power play in this Asia Cup is because I think 10 times in the 11 games so far, the ones who have had a good power play have gone ahead and won.
Yeah, look, we just 10 minutes ago, I think, made a mention of that. We, especially with respect to Sri Lanka, that we've seen with low-scoring games, with the ball, with the bat, you want the teams to start well. And if that doesn't happen, you're chasing your tail a bit. And yeah, absolutely. And I think the proof of the pudding, as you said, is in the eating, and over here the stats back it up. And it's good. At the end of the day, you want teams to do well, and it's the same for Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. If it's Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Sadiqul Atal, it's the same for Mendes and Pathum Nissanka, because he has gone well in a controlled way, but he hasn't had anyone to give him the kind of starts. It's not just a one-man show, it's the others as well. You need both of them to dovetail well, and that's not happened as openers.
Well, Afghanistan are batting first, which is why we're talking about that power play. They haven't really gotten out of those fiery starts in the power play. And the problem today is, once that power play is over, we know who comes in for Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Hasaranga comes in, and he's just so difficult to get away.
Yeah, so well, the thing is, you've got to have a game plan. You've got to say, okay, listen, 4 overs of Hasaranga, how many do we want of those 24 deliveries on a pitch like this? And you've got to keep a realistic target. If you say you go at a runner ball, if you got 24, 27 of him, you've got to say, yeah, job well done. So that's why you've got to be a little bit more aggressive in the first 6 overs. And a little bit, you've got to also, with one certain bowler, you're saying, okay, we'll give you a little bit of respect, saying that we won't take too many chances against you. Obviously, when the bad ball presents itself, we'll put it away. But on the flip side, there'll be certain bowlers who say, yeah, you know what? We're going to target you, and we'll try and put as much pressure as we can as a batting unit on you, so that you make a few mistakes and we capitalize on that.
You're talking about this 24 deliveries and how they should play him out, but talking about consistency, if he gets a wicket today, it's going to be the 24th match where he's consistently gotten a wicket. So it's just incredible.
Yeah, especially in this format, T20 format, to consistently get wickets in every game is just an unbelievable feat. So yeah, really well done to Hasaranga, because I think everything for Sri Lanka revolves around him. And also, I think just to also add to what Rohan said, sometimes when you have a player or a bowler like that, you end up, and you know that he can only bowl 4 overs, maybe a couple of them together, but otherwise it's always staggered. That's how the captains end up using you. So try and target the kind of situations which you can as a team, which means that the opposition captain is forced to bring Hasaranga at a time when he doesn't want to bring him. So I think that is also one way of looking at it, but it's not easy. It's easier said than done. It's easy to plot sitting outside, but the games don't go that way. It doesn't pan out that way. But if you can do that, if you target certain other bowlers, which forces Hasaranga to come at a time when they don't want him to come, it's like if Bumrah is forced to bowl 3 overs in the power play, then you know that the fag end or the death overs are exposed. So it is like a bit like that, but it's easier said than done.
You know, one of the rules I'd like to see in T20 cricket is you can have one bowler bowl more than 4.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a while. How is it that a batter can bat all 20 overs? But if I am crucial to my team's chances, why can't I bowl an extra over or 2? How does it matter? But anyways, people are going for plenty. Poor guys, the economy rates have gone over the roof, shot over the roof. So if somebody is crucial to his team's chances, he should be allowed to bowl.
So unlimited, 5. Or you want to limit?
No, 5.
One more over, 5 or 6, why not?
5 or 6, but not more than 6.
Yeah, batter can play all 20 overs. Do we say 50 and retired hurt?
You want 5 overs.
Is it like those practice games, 50 and retired hurt?
No, yeah, but you've got to have, for whatever reason, it's obviously rules are askew in the batter's favour. Yeah. And because the rules are askew in the batter's favour, I say it's a bowler's game.
Yes.
Because the bowlers can get away with a lot more. If you get hit for 2 or 3 sixes, no one says anything. They say, okay, yeah, it's a batter's game. But you're right, I'd like to see 5 or maybe 6, but there's got to be a cap to it.
Well, this is a new rule. We'll see if this happens, because lots of changes happen courtesy Cricbuzz. We have seen this. So we never know. We never know what can happen. But for today, I want to stick to again seeing those scenarios for one more time. Afghanistan will be batting first. So if Sri Lanka are chasing around 160, they need to score at least 93 to stay ahead of Bangladesh's net run rate. We'll see if that happens, because there's lots to play for. And there's always lots to play for when Mr. Joy Bhattacharya sends us a question. Rohan, pressure's on you now.
Pressure's
because,
on me.
Yes.
Yesterday, I've got to say, it was spoiled. Before we could sort of figure out what it was, someone came and gave the answer away. I'm not going to say who, but it was uncalled for.
You know who it is.
Yeah.
Person who's done it, you know who it is. Let's have a look at the Joy Factor question of the day. If Saim Ayub and Shahid Afridi are joint, second in this list of Pakistan batters, followed by Kamran Akmal, Mohammad Hafiz, Babar Azam as joint third, who holds the top spot? Question's a bit complicated.
Yeah.
We'll have to go through the question a few times.
Yeah, basically, Afridi and Ayub are at number 2, and then the Babar Azam and someone at number 3, but who's number 1? Again, who are the number 3?
Kamran Akmal and Hafiz, I think.
Kamran Akmal, Hafiz and Babar Azam. Who holds the top spot? Yeah, we'll have to give it a thought. Catty?
He's giving it some serious thought.
I just looked at the question.
All right, Rohan, the pressure's on you. So we are
Pressure's
going
on
to let you have all the time you want. You've got 4 hours.
4 hours,
So
yeah.
you've got all the time. I don't mean to rub it in, but I know your predictions haven't been good, not only here, but even with traffic estimates.
No, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so I
they've been
think
pretty bad.
you choose who goes first.
I think you should go first.
I
He's
didn't
gonna
do
stay
my-
You're the
close to
top
you.
spot.
I am, but I didn't do my research on the stats. On
Because
the
you were
average
pretty
score.
good yesterday. I actually questioned you a couple of times, but it nearly came true, what you said.
Afghanistan batting first with all the Hasaranga. I'm going to go with 161.
I was thinking 157.
154.
Okay.
Ooh, down. All right, then you'll have heard our scores, and hopefully someone gets it right. I don't mind if I get it right, but hopefully someone gets it right. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you,
Thank you.
Kartik. We will be back at the 10:00 point at the Cricbuzz Combox, so do join us there. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live.